Nation, we represent. All in.
We're just little old Clemson.
Well, LSU fan came stuck his finger in my booty.
Roll Tide! Roll, baby!
Oh, bitch.
I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's a fucking shit show.
And welcome into our shit show, CSF Late Nights. I'm Rob Sanders, joined by my two buddies here. Well, two of us support different teams. I don't know how many teams Jonathan has. I support one team. That would be the Clemson Tigers.
Well,
one team.
I
That would
mean,
be LSU. Jonathan supports several teams. I don't know which one he's taking on this week. It looks like he's sprouting his Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns gear. Jonathan,
number one in the Sun Belt Conference.
you fuck off. You're not the Sun Belt Conference champions. He's a fucking dick.
Wait. I'm sorry. Do you pay attention to basketball at all? I mean, because last time I checked,
No one watches the Sun Belt. Come on now. Let's not get crazy here. Nobody watches the Sun Belt.
Well, who's number two? Who's number two in the Sun Belt?
What are you deaf? I said no one watches the Sun Belt. I couldn't tell you.
I thought you'd love to know that it's your shot.
David, who's second in the Sun Belt, David? I don't know. Do you know?
No clue.
No clue. And by the way, why do you care about that when you're over there? You're over there collecting money from me for a Duke win. You support three different teams, sir.
It's a fighting
right?
group. Who are the fighting groups?
Support three different teams. You realize that, right?
Fuck off.
I'm just stating facts here on the show. I hate to be the one that just puts the facts out there.
I'm sorry. I'm more passionate than you. I'm sorry.
I support one team. I have passion that goes to one team.
Right.
My passion is so thick it cannot be spread out to a bunch of teams.
Oh no! Well, I have so much passion it can be spread out.
God, you can't ride the roller coasters at the theme park. You can't talk to me about damn passion.
No. The last two theme parks I went to, I made all the rides. I think one of them I had to ride with my 15-year-old daughter because she was a little taller, but yeah. I made it.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight here on the show, not just the fact that Jonathan can ride on all the rides at the theme park now. That's great.
We got our boy David Penn back. That's cool.
Yeah, and it's great to have David back with us. Last week we did a show, and it was so bad it got kicked off of YouTube. It did. I was like, we're doing the show, right? And it's like, I wonder if it's showing up on YouTube because you can watch this on the College Sports Fanatics YouTube channel. And I go and look over there. Your video's been removed due to terms of service. And I'm like, what did we possibly? And then I was like, oh, the thumb for this was an Alabama Hot Pocket. Yeah, that's kind of against the YouTube thing there. My bad.
I think we need to put David in a supervisory role to kind of oversee these types of things.
Yeah, well, you know.
Or maybe bring Scott back. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Scott doesn't want to do this show anymore. I think Scott's back in the group now, but I don't think Scott wants to do the show anymore. Scott's taking a break.
Scott's not back in the group.
I think I swear I saw Scott like something in the group the other day. I don't remember what it was.
I'm 17 different groups. I'm sure he's in one of them.
I'm in too many Facebook groups. You know what though? And I'm being as real as I can be here. The only group that I really like is the CSF group that I'm doing this show in. You can sit there and think I'm pandering or whatever. The only one that I really like is this group. I'm in Clemson fan groups. They're all shitheads because they all just want to talk about how great Clemson is and how football was invented by Clemson. I don't like living in that kind of world. That sucks. Then I'm in a bunch of South Carolina versus Clemson groups. Those are the best because it's like all the Gamecock fans are in there talking about, well, I remember back about 10 years ago when we won 4 or 5 straight in the series, and we were absolutely awesome. We had Jadeveon Clowney. We paid him an absurd amount of money to come to South Carolina. He can't spell South Carolina. Couldn't get into Clemson if he wanted to, but
I'm not gonna name the group. I'm sure I was invited there by you.
Oh, yeah. I brought you into that group because
I'm not gonna name the group or that person. I think I've brought this up before, but he posts about 8 times a day. I didn't even know they had that much news about South Carolina. But if there's news about South Carolina,
Brandon's a good guy, and the one thing we can say about Brandon is he's passionate about his team. He's passionate about his team. We'll give him that.
I'm passionate about my teams.
I never said you weren't.
Teams.
Why are you putting words in my mouth?
I'm just saying. I mean, there's passion to go around.
You look like an M&M in that outfit.
The red one?
Yeah, like a red M&M. All right. Well, I hope that our buddy, you know what? I've determined that is it Ed Severs? Ed Severs is our executive producer. I hope he puts
Jed
Severs. I hope Jed has pinned this to the top of the group. I'm going to put up the phone lines here and get those moving here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I want to talk with you guys, and I want to.
Who's Melvin Gibson?
What? Melvin is my. Melvin's my friend, man.
Oh, I mean, I've never seen Melvin Gibson before. Hi, Melvin.
I bring people to the show. Mel's a great. I bring people to the show. Mel's a great guy.
Right. They only come for you. Right. Got it. Cool.
Yeah, I'm right. Ask Mel. He'll tell you he didn't come to watch you. You want to bet on that? Anyway.
20.
We've got stuff to see you throwing me off. We got stuff to talk about, and I want to talk about it was kind of the big thing in the LSU community this week with Arik Gilbert transferring on what was it, Sunday night? Sunday night about 6 o'clock. That hit my news feed.
I mean,
there were some butthurt LSU fans over that. I got into it with one guy who was just soft, just absolutely soft. I mean,
was he as soft as Arik Gilbert?
I don't look. My thing, and maybe, and you guys can tell me I'm wrong on this. I don't have to be, I don't have to always be right. It's a cross that I bear, but I don't have to always be right. Why can't it just be this guy didn't want to be here? Bye. Who gives a shit? We're going to play him in November.
I don't care.
Exactly. Well, but there are people who are like, well, fuck him and bump up him and bump up that. I'm like, dude, what is the big deal here? Just let it go.
It's a non-fucking story. Halfway through the season, the dude already didn't want to be there, talking about he's homesick and all that bullshit. Fine. Then go. Bye. Put the little tombstone meme. Well, bye then. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, obviously, he wanted to go get kissed by Dan Mullen's wife, like everybody else. Get him some community time. I mean, you don't have to. But I mean, you can have the mentality of I'll just see you later. But there were people that were just really, really pissed off about this, and I'm like, you realize he's 19 years old, right? I mean, I was making mistakes when I was 19 years old, and I'm not saying that leaving LSU is a mistake. I think going to Florida is a mistake for anybody right now with the way that things are going down there. But, he's a kid. He can make whatever decision that he wants. But my thing is just let him go. My goodness, man.
So what? We got, as the LSU fan base, we got to see him for what? I don't know, 3 months. 3 fucking months out of our whole lives. And, we're butthurt because he left. I can understand.
It's more of and I'm not trying to battle with you here, Jonathan. I'm just saying it was almost like a thing of, and by the way, you LSU fans that were running your mouth at me that he was going to be better than Kyle Pitts this year, that didn't work out for you. Just remember that. The ones who were bitching, oh, he's going to be better than Kyle Pitts. Absolutely better than Kyle Pitts. I've got your screenshots, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, receipts. I saved some of those for the dumbest. So that's definitely out there. And Arik Gilbert may end up being a great player, but my God, just let him go.
Oh, I think he will possibly be a great player, but you know what? If you can't stick around and do he didn't stick around with one team to build up upon himself. What you have a bad year at Florida? What you gonna do then? Just keep having shitty seasons?
and I'm from Georgia, so I'm going to Florida. Look, you just gotta let it go. And like one guy was hilarious. One guy was absolutely hilarious. He said, I can't remember what his name was, but he said, you would feel the same way if that Florida took a Clemson player from you. I'm like, they did, dude. They did. DeMarcus Bowman, the number 3 running back in the country, transferred this year.
Florida didn't take him.
Stop it.
Florida didn't take him.
South Carolina got Josh Belk from us. He was a 4 or 5 star player, offered first by LSU. So don't give me this shit that he sucks. He transferred from Clemson to South Carolina right after the spring game.
That's good for South Carolina because all of South Carolina's players transferred out. So at least they have someone coming in.
The coaches are transferring out.
Yeah.
There is no stability in South Carolina right now.
So
there's not. But I mean, do you guys agree with me or not? He's 19 years old. Let him do his thing.
For me, I don't really care about his age. It's just if you're dissatisfied with the program, if something happened while you were there that upset you or whatever, take your shit and leave. Who cares?
Yeah. Don't you think that could be a poison for the rest of the team if he's like, you know what, I don't want to be here?
We don't need any more poison.
If I'm a fan, I want him to go. Bye.
So,
bye.
And
long.
we don't even know.
Who cares?
We don't even know if he can if he's got to sit out, right?
Well, the rule is that he should have to, but
me personally, I don't think he should have to sit out. Now, of course, I know that LSU fans will be like, well, he should have to sit out, but that didn't happen with Cade Mays at Tennessee.
Bullshit.
He was able to go in and move his way in and play immediately. I'm in the camp of you should be able to go wherever you want to go simply because the coaches can go wherever they want to go. Tracy Rocker left South Carolina as the defensive line coach, went to Auburn. He left in the middle of the night, didn't even tell the coaches, hey, I'm leaving, packed his shit and missed morning meeting and was in Auburn by the time they woke up the next day, was there for a week, and now he's coaching the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line. So if coaches can move around like that, if Will Muschamp can get $12 million to leave and go be an analyst at Georgia and get paid $300 there, guess what Kirby Smart said that he was going to be analyzing at Georgia? Anybody want to take a guess?
Paychecks.
No, he's going to analyze the coaches. So let me get this right. You're going to pay him $300,000. He's a 2-time SEC failure. You're going to bring him in to analyze your coaches. Gentlemen, we are in the wrong line of work. We are absolutely in the wrong line of work. He's getting paid $300,000 to do that.
So if Kirby's idea is that a 2-time failure can analyze if they're failing because he already knows what it looks like, then it might be something
that's a good point.
worth paying for. But if they're trying to evaluate success, it's not worth 2 cents.
This is why I missed you last week, because you just spun that completely on me, and I don't know where to go with it.
But I'll have to go. I have to go back to the whole transfer thing.
Sure.
There's a coach transferring out. Man, that's a whole nother story.
It's not another story.
No. If I recruit you to come play for me, and then I get to transfer out, then you should be able to transfer out without sitting out. Now, when a player on his own accord decides to transfer, that's different. However, Rob, you said all the LSU fans out there are going to say he should sit out. I don't really give a fuck if he sits out. I don't. He can go fucking play for Florida. But a rule's a rule, and he should fucking
My problem is the rule should be universal. Cade Mays got to play at Georgia and not have to sit. It should be the same way for Arik Gilbert.
That's a bullshit rule, though. I mean, realize that this is a multi-billion-dollar industry paid off of the backs of these kids that they exploit to make billions of dollars. And we screw the kids because, hey, I don't want to be here anymore? No.
Let's open up the phone lines. By the way, if you would like to tip the show so we can pay for the software, because it is the first of the month, there's my PayPal address. It helps keep the show moving because I have to pay every month for the wonderful software where we can do this.
I already called Billy
Buy
Terrio out.
Rob a beer.
Yeah, you can tip the show. There you go.
I already
Try to get
called Billy Terrio out.
Normally we do. Huh?
Billy Terrio. If Billy Terrio wants to talk shit, tell Billy Terrio, one, to watch the motherfucking show, and
There you
two,
go.
if you want to talk shit, then do it by following the goddamn rules. You can't sit here and call me Joe Biden and then fucking expect me to take your bullshit seriously. I'm gonna boot your goddamn ass. Now, fuck you. What's your name? Billy Terrio? Fuck you. Anyways, done. I'm done.
I don't even know who that is.
Some dude that was talking shit about our show. He said they have more people that go to Joe Biden conferences than watch our show.
With respect, sir, and respectfully, sir, I don't have to defend what I do, but I broadcast to tens of thousands of people every day. I do this show because I like to do it, and I do it because I like the guys that I'm doing it with. And I would have them, if they wanted, on my regular show with me that airs across the country via the iHeartRadio app and on the radio here in Columbia, South Carolina. I'd have either one of them on the show with me.
I just comment while you're broadcasting.
Well, you throw my ass off because you say shit that's like, damn it.
And unfortunately, I have to actually work for a living, unlike Rob, who gets to do this shit for a living. So, yeah.
Look, I tell, and you guys can laugh at me for this, all right? There are days, well, I mean, I could go, if I don't go out on the weekends, I'll spend the majority of the daylight hours in my studio. There are no windows. It's a box, okay? But I would, and I'm just being honest, I tell my friends that have like roofing companies and shit that I want to take a week off and go and climb on some roofs or do something like that so I can get back to some of the jobs I did before I got on the radio, because now I don't do that. Now I have to sit around and be creative and come up with shit all the time. And that's not easy, but it's definitely, I mean, I know that I'm blessed in what I do because I get to do what I want. But on the other hand, I want to go out and work a little bit. So I would go and work. I'm not doing any 5 a.m. PT with you, David, because I've done that shit before, and fuck that. Not doing it. And I don't paint shit.
Land nav at 3 a.m.
Fuck that, dude. I'm not doing that. I also used to, when I was a Coastie man, I spent my first year in the Coast Guard painting every day. I think I painted 300 days out of 300 and my first 300 days in the Coast Guard, I painted something.
And you like
something. So
you're
I don't paint.
I just painted this spot 3 weeks ago. What the fuck? Yeah. Well, if you got time to stand, you got time to paint. What the fuck?
Someone says, I can't tell who this is, but it says, come drive this truck for me, Rob. Some Facebook user. That's actually kind of funny. Who is that? Is that Dennis Wilson?
That's the fearless leader of our group. You know, that guy.
Yeah. Andre joining the show. Anyway, there's the number if you want to call in, 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905.
Why do you always have so much trouble with these fucking names?
Well, I can't, because I can't fucking see it. It just says Facebook user. That's all it says. I don't fucking know what the deal is.
Hey, I got a question.
I think it's because I'm not an admin of the group, I think is what it boils down to. Hold on, let's see here. I'm clicking the learn more button.
I got a question to David Penn. David Penn. Yeah. Are you the Warrior champion?
No.
Why?
We were mocking the shit out of you last week. Luckily, that show went to shit because we beat you pretty hard. We were talking about
what were you not able to do? Like you didn't march well, or what? Couldn't do the design.
Events.
What?
And I won 4 of the events, but there were other events. So basically, it's 12 guys competing in these 13 events, and you can score a maximum of like 15 points per event. So it was actually really close at the end, and I had a shot on the last day, but I didn't qualify with the pistol as well as I needed to, and I took too long on the ruck march. Otherwise, so that's ultimately why I did not win. But I mean,
look at this
10 events I was there.
Rob sucks. Who is this Andre guy?
Fucking disappointing. I'm disappointed in him.
I'm not
That's
disappointed.
we thought she was
43
going to
years
win.
old and how he's competing against 20 to 26-year-old kids.
All right, when you put it that way, fine.
Oh, hold on. The show number has a busy signal. I'm looking at it now.
Oh, we get to talk to Jared Cigars?
Yeah. You should be able to call the show right now. Let me reboot the phone system here just to make sure. So that's something else that I have to.
I'm going to grab it.
Yes, I can see your name, Bill. I can see Jarrett, Andre. I brought it up on my phone so I could see some of the callers there.
Andre,
By the way, I like how it does like the teletext or whatever the hell it is here, where it's like the closed captioning. That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. If I say fuck, does it come out as fuck? Let's see. Fuck.
Do you think Edwin Reeves would quit the group if Facebook got rid of the bird signal?
No. Ed, you know what? We give Edwin crap. I mean, he's old as dirt, but he's actually a pretty small, he's a pretty smart guy, man. No, it doesn't show the F-bomb. It doesn't see that at all. I don't get it. Anyway, yeah, you guys can call into the show. I'm going to call into the show myself just to make sure the phones are working.
You want me to call in?
No, I got it. But, yeah, but I wanted to talk about that LSU tight end leaving and people getting upset about it. All right, there you go. So I just dialed in, so you should be able to dial in.
Well,
if you're upset because Arik Gilbert left, it's basically a pride and ego thing. How could anybody want to leave LSU? Because we were a shithole last season. That's why.
But you know what? You still finish with what, a top 10 class. So I mean, it's not like it's the end of the world.
It's not. We were.
Speaking of classes,
I think we finished ranked 4th in recruiting, and National Signing Day hasn't even happened yet. So.
Speaking of recruiting classes, as we all know, they don't really mean shit for at least 2 years, and don't necessarily even mean shit in 2 years. But years ago, Rob loves this. Years ago, people started questioning me why I'm not a SEC circle jerk guy, whereas in every time an SEC team is in the championship game, why the fuck I don't pull for them? Well, let me explain it to you. When you got a certain team that keeps winning national titles, and then they keep getting number one fucking recruiting classes because of their recognizability from all these goddamn fucking national titles, it does not help my team. It does not help LSU at all. So I don't give a fuck that the other SEC teams are doing well in championship games if it's going to hurt my team and my recruiting. Get it?
I mean, I personally agree with you. I don't, but that's why I get frustrated with people that talk about, well, they play on SEC schedule. That's not necessarily the good thing.
It's a good thing when it comes to strength of schedule, yes, but it's not good at the end of the season.
Yeah, but this past season, there really was no strength of schedule playing in the SEC. Like Alabama's we won 10 SEC games. Who gives a shit? The SEC sucks.
Exactly. Let me give you guys this, okay? And this is one of the reasons that when people talk to me about strength of schedule in the SEC, I mock Alabama because Alabama they can't schedule themselves. They're the best team in the conference. They can't schedule themselves, so I get that. I mock them for their out of conference games. That's the big thing with me. But when Georgia fans come to me, they tell me, and look, we got like this idiot here, ACC is worse. That is the most ignorant statement ever. This is Georgia's schedule this season, okay? They started out with Clemson, which is the toughest game on their schedule. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Absolute toughest game on their schedule. They go from Clemson to UAB to South Carolina to Vanderbilt to Arkansas. They play Auburn, Kentucky. They play Florida at a neutral site, Mizzou, Tennessee, Charleston Southern, and Georgia Tech. Tell me how I'm supposed to look at this schedule and think that, my God, this is an absolutely tough schedule. If they beat Clemson on September the 4th, if they don't go 12-0, Kirby Smart should be fired.
Doesn't Georgia play Alabama in their
No. Auburn's their rival.
Oh,
They play
Auburn?
Auburn every year. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my
I
bad.
don't know how good Auburn's going to be. I mean, would you put $100 now to say Auburn's going to go 10-2? No.
No one ever knows. Auburn never knows how good they're going to be.
That's what I'm
Auburn's
saying.
surprised
They
when Auburn's really
don't.
good.
Yeah, they don't. If
Yeah,
you,
Auburn gets
I'm
surprised,
not
right?
trying to mock. If I am, let's say that I'm Arkansas, and I use Arkansas as an example here. But if I'm Arkansas or Ole Miss or even Mississippi State, let's take those three teams in the West. You know, every season you're going to have to play LSU, Auburn, Alabama, and Texas A&M. You're going to play those four teams regardless. Now, you could have a year where you're going to play Georgia. You could have a year where you're going to play Florida. I don't know which one you're going to get, but you know those four are going to be on your schedule regardless. That is a tough schedule. If a third of your games are against those four teams, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. But when you tell me, oh, my schedule's tough because it's an SEC schedule, when the toughest game on your schedule is your out-of-conference game, I'm not buying that. So stop with the nonsense. And I laugh at people. Oh, we play an SEC schedule. Shut the hell up.
I
We
would
don't know
say
much
if
about
you
the
play
Republic.
an SEC West schedule, you
You
probably
beat me
have
to
something
it.
to talk about.
Someone
You
says
beat
Clemson
me.
would be third in the SEC West. I'm not buying that either. I'm not buying that either. I think that if they played, I think they'd be right up there with Alabama, LSU, and Auburn every year. Yeah, those three. I don't know if Texas A&M is legit yet, but this notion that Clemson wouldn't compete when Clemson has consistent top 5 recruiting classes is absolutely stupid. Clemson's won 2 out of the last 6 national titles, so stop with the nonsense that they can't compete in your piss poor conference when they got to play South Carolina and Vanderbilt and Mizzou. Just slow down with all that horse shit. No one's buying that. You're insecure in your
My
program.
argument would be that LSU probably plays the toughest schedule in the SEC West because they have Auburn, Alabama, A&M, and then they have to play Florida.
Yeah. But you can make that argument too. But if I'd like to plug in that if you are the other 3 teams that I mentioned, then you have to play those 4. Plus, you could get Florida in a rotator. You could get Georgia in a rotator. I mean, that's tough. You could end up with 5 teams. You could theoretically play the East and West champion every single year.
Interestingly enough, that Georgia rotator almost never happens for Alabama, but usually happens for LSU.
Well, and you know, if you're in the West, I get it, but don't come at me with I play in the East and you should be intimidated.
The only 2 teams in the East are Florida and Georgia.
We play Vanderbilt and we play Kentucky and don't forget Mizzou. Don't forget
South Carolina.
And South Carolina. Pff, stop it. No one buys into that. No one that knows anything about football would actually say that. You're a person that doesn't watch the game and appreciate it when you say shit like that. And I missed a phone call and I'm sorry.
Jared Stigger? He's got a lot to say.
Jared's going to call? Oh, it just says 401-302. I'll call him back. We'll just go that route. Let's see if I can just call him. I think I can do that.
What's he a fan of? Jared Cigars?
Nope, that's not the number that I want to do. No, that's the wrong number. My bad. No, that's like,
that's not an Alabama area code.
No, I messed up. I dialed the wrong number. Anyway. So there's that. Anyway, but yeah, if you want to call the show, I've got it now, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. You gentlemen can respond to what I said. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm always right, but.
But he will argue with you like he is.
I do argue. I ain't gonna lie about that. Rob's calling a 900 number. Yeah, no, if I don't have to call a 900 number. That's funny. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. That's the number to call. All right. Well,
is that all you fucking drink is the Go Tigers beer? Like that's all you ever have, or do you buy that just for the show?
It's all I have in my dorm fridge. I bought like a 30-pack. I'm only here 3 nights a week.
3 nights a week. All right. So you buy a 30-pack once a week?
No, I bought a 30-pack the first time we did this show. I still have like 15 beers in the fridge.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
only drink it while we're doing the show.
Damn.
Yeah, well,
That's why he's a warrior and we're not.
he's a fake ass warrior. He didn't win. I'm picking at you. Yeah, they're competing, dude. More power to you. I know I wouldn't do well.
Hey, you're gonna put on a singlet.
For those that don't know, I'm doing a weightlifting competition, and they told me I have to wear a singlet. So I don't even like. I have to order it. So, there'll be pictures of me because that's how my friends are. They'll be taking pictures of me and putting them out there.
And you can't try it on first. So however it comes, you're gonna have to wear that motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm glad that I'm ordering it because my friends would order it like 2 sizes too small and show off my veins and my balls. I don't want to have that. Who the hell wants to see that? I'm a dad. You don't want to see that shit.
I hope that's one of your friends that are on CSF.
I just want to go and lift heavy shit, man. That's all I want to do. I'll wear a pair of basketball shorts and a pair of flip flops and a tank top. I don't give a shit. Why the hell do I got to wear a singlet? Man, I don't see how that gives me any advantage or disadvantage. Someone says Columbia Tent and Awning do special orders. Yeah, you're funny.
That's your partner from California.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but yeah, I'm doing this weightlifting competition. I have to wear a singlet, so there's that.
That's probably for the calendar you're gonna have after.
I'm not getting. I swear to God, if they put me in a calendar, I'm gonna lose my shit. That's not gonna happen. I just want to go lift heavy things, man. I think my competition's like the first week of June, something like that. So we'll see how that works out. I know you guys are gonna be supportive, but some people are. It's motivating me to get back in the gym and work hard because I used to be I used to win CrossFit competitions and stuff that I would do, and I've just decided to sit around and drink beer and be stupid during the pandemic. Not that I'm blaming the pandemic, but yeah.
I mean, it helped.
Yeah.
It'll be tough.
It will be tough
when this damn pandemic is over.
Someone said forks are heavy.
Lift heavy things every day.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom several times a day.
Yeah. I lift mothers up every day. Possibly yours watching over there in the comments section. I don't know. Make sure you wash my shirts, boy. I like them with starch. You can come on the show. Who's that? Batman, let me come on.
No. It's too early for that.
They can call at 470-2905. Call the tiny time they want. So there's that.
The puppy is fine, Bill. The puppy is fine.
Oh, is that Chucky Fuckstick that wants to come on the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God. I haven't had enough of my whiskey to endure Chucky Fuckstick.
I know. We each need a couple more drinks first.
Fuckstick is begging like your puppy over there, Jonathan.
Oh, they're talking about you, Nemo.
You want to talk about the basketball game tonight? I watched some of it, and
which one?
Every time I watch Alabama play, I think they're just a fraud. Just a fraud, man. They're trying to do a team that can defend them as far as the 3-point shooting, and they're gonna get their ass kicked.
Well, LSU tried to defend the 3-point line and then just let them get everything inside. Can't win that way either. You gotta be able to defend both.
Are you really buying that Alabama's that good? Because I just don't see it. I really don't.
I don't buy that the SEC's that good. So until I see Alabama play somebody not an SEC team.
Oh, they did. They played Clemson.
And won.
Yeah, they played Clemson, but Clemson beat them.
Oh,
I mean, Clemson's not that good of a team. I mean, let's just be honest. They beat North Carolina. They've had some quality wins, but Clemson has I think 4 out of the last 6 games they've lost by 20 points or more.
When does Clemson play Duke?
We played them last weekend. I told you I bet you on that and lost. It's one of your teams. You probably have a Duke outfit over there. so you can look like a damn Skittle
Wow.
instead of an M&M. I mean, what do you want from me? I bet on my team and I lost. I paid immediately. I paid before the game was over. We were done at the half.
He
We
did.
Just
He gave up on his team. They still had 10
I
minutes
didn't
left
know
in the
my
game.
team, I was just a
He
realist.
gave up. He's talking about me having all these teams. He gave up on his team in the middle of the game.
No. I honored my bet because I didn't want you to have to go out there and say, "Oh, Rob didn't pay his bet." No, Rob paid up. I don't know
Right.
what the
Because I would do that. Right.
from here.
You have so much
hold on. There we go. Let me reload the phone system again, and we should go now because someone tried to call. That's good.
We purposely did not take that call, Andre. Sorry.
No, we're not fucking with Andre. Be nice to Andre.
What would be an upgrade? No, Andre fucks with me all the time. Fuck Andre. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Shit,
well,
yeah.
He's out there driving that truck for a living, man. It's cold as shit outside. There's Andre. Call Andre.
It's not that bad. Well, it's not that bad. It's kind of warming up, huh, David?
It's like 20 degrees up here. Let me see if I can. There we go. I'm calling Andre. I'm pretty sure this is Andre. I'm calling him back now. There we go. That way I know the phone's working. Andre!
In a world where you can't reach the person you're calling,
What the fuck is that?
you have a decision to make.
I'm gonna hang up. I tried calling Andre back. That's his voicemail. Holy shit, Andre.
Yeah, that's his voicemail. I've heard that shit before.
All right. Well, I tried to call you back. There you go, Andre. I could try again, but if it goes to the voicemail, I'm gonna laugh because that's actually really good. Whoever did that, that's pretty good. Sounds like me doing voiceovers. It's pretty funny. Let's see if it does it again. There we go. Andre?
Man, y'all's phones are fixed?
Yeah, I think so.
Terrible. Hey,
Bro,
John,
same shit with top admins. They fucking worry about our technical
Look,
budget.
we haven't been kicked off YouTube yet, so stop bitching.
Fine.
What do you got for the show, Andre?
well, first of all, y'all were talking about the Arik Gilbert stuff.
Yeah.
I think that people were more upset that he didn't have the chance to really, tell the truth. I think a lot of you know what? LSU just not me. It's all good. No problem. Instead of saying that.
What?
On my damn Bluetooth. There it goes.
Okay.
Sorry. I just think people were just upset that he wasn't honest about it. I mean, look, man, own it. If you don't want to be there, say, look, not for me, talk to my family, blah, blah, blah. Instead of saying, oh, I'm homesick or this and that, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. That's fine. I think people will respect him more. I think that's why people are a little bit upset about it. Look, he don't want to be there? Bye. There's plenty of others that want to be there. No problem. You see what we did against Florida without him. With people that wanted to freaking be there, wanted to play. So I think that's the only thing that people are upset about.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you what I ran into. I'm not saying it's everybody. But
I saw an article on it that basically stated that one of the reasons he wanted out was because LSU is pretty stringent on their recreational use of the funky weed, and Florida is not so stringent on that stuff. So I don't know what it was on a site called LSU Odyssey. They do tons of articles about LSU. The guy basically portrays himself as an insider, but I don't know if it's valid or not. I know that they suspended Michael Divinity last year for pot. I know in the past they had suspended Tyrann Mathieu because of pot.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Arik Gilbert had an issue with that or not, but that's what LSU Odyssey seemed to think. So,
well, I'm in the camp of if you don't want to be there, don't be there. But
I don't care. To me, it's a non-story.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I would
Andre,
not admit
what
that.
else you got for the show, Andre?
So I'm not sure if y'all play games or not, and I've seen Rob that touched on this earlier this week. How do y'all feel about EA finally bringing back college football?
I am buying a
they're talking about there's only they had
PS5.
about 100 schools.
Yeah, I'm buying a PS5 next year simply because of that game. And I want.
Oh, I'm going to get the ultimate edition of it.
I'm throwing the gauntlet down now. I want us to have a group within this group that does nothing but play live games against each other. We'll have standings and throw $20 in a pot and see who wins at the end of a season. Whole 9 yards. I'm dead serious.
Andre,
I want to do all.
Andre,
by the
I'm
way,
going to actually bring this subject up at some point in the show. That's pretty fucking awesome.
Something else I want to do, and I've got to talk with the admin team because I'm not an admin. I'm just the goddamn Batman. But I want to do the simulations where you can do the simulation every week, and we can simulate every game. I want to simulate every game just like they would in the season, and we'll post all of that too. I mean, I want to do all of that, so I'm definitely on board. So
sounds cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do all that. Or I am. I'm just saying. Someone says they'll hold the money for us.
But I think they were only going to have 100 schools on there. I mean, I wonder if that's because of licensing or what.
Well, they're not licensing it with the NCAA. They're going through another company. And I talked to a lawyer about it. And I was going to bring him on the air, but it was like, it's too complicated to. I'm not saying that everyone's stupid, but just the way he had to explain it to me. It took me about 15 minutes to be like, oh, okay, and bring A to B and C and everything else. But basically, they are going through a company that has a license for 100 teams. And of those 100 teams, they're going to be able to use their images and all of that stuff. The question is that there's 130. I think there's 130 total teams. Are they going to be able to get any more of those? And with the new image and likeness thing that's out there, there may be waiting on a decision for that too, to see if they can use players' names, etc. So that's the way that goes. David, you're going to play,
they're not
right?
going to have any minor conferences and stuff like Sun Belt.
I mean, they're going to have 100 teams, so I would.
100 teams, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to I mean, I think that maybe 2 conferences may be left out. You may end up with, I don't know, your smallest one. Maybe the Ivy League won't be in it. I could see that.
I would think you don't have the Ivy League and you don't have the Pac-12.
Well, no one cares about Ivy League, honestly. Who cares?
But respectfully, Andre, I'd like to have all 130 teams there. That way, there's a complete feeling of totalness. You know what I'm saying? Have them there. I think that would be kind of cool.
I just want Boise in there so I can beat the hell out of Boise.
Well, I mean, Boise's.
Honestly.
Yeah, that's and I want to do. I used to do leagues in the old when they had it before, and it was like you couldn't have like the top 5 teams that had like all the great players, so you had to pick like teams from the bottom of the conferences or whatever, and everybody would pick one, and you'd play with that team. That was kind of fun because you end up playing with a shitty team, and you're hoping that your Vanderbilt Commodores team could beat I don't know, Duke. Yeah, or Tulane or whoever. So yeah, but I mean that's fun. But still kind
back in the day, you could have picked Clemson because they were never anything.
We weren't very good in the last one. I mean, we've won 11. We've won 10 games in a row for like 12 seasons now. But we weren't a nationally elite program then. We're a nationally elite program now. So I love when people throw that at me like, oh, well, Clemson sucked at one time. Every team sucked at one time. Ask Alabama about Derek Lassick. Remember Derek Lassick? Like he's out there running all over the place, but they're still 6-6 or whatever, losing to fucking shit teams.
I was just stating the facts, Rob. I mean,
I just think it's funny when people bring that up, like that's going to hurt my feelings. Every team has cycles where they suck. Every team does.
I mean, fuck. Don't get all pissed.
I mean, fuck. Tell me a team that hasn't.
I could tell you a team that will.
Which team will?
Bama.
Boise.
Well,
one
but you
day
know what?
Nick Saban's going to have a heart attack
I mean,
or retire, and then then Bama will be regulated back to the rear of the pack. I know.
Boise is the winningest program in college sports history.
What's that?
Boise State
no,
is the
they're going to get Dabo, man. You stop that crap. They're going to get Dabo.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Why do you guys got to say dumb shit like that?
What, that Dabo's going to Alabama? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said they're going to Alabama. See, I think Andre's just trying to hurt my feelings. So
No, that's not possible.
Look, I tell you, I'm
Freaking Chucky Fucksticks of the group that think Dabo's really going to leave Clemson, where he's built himself a program. He's built himself a name. He doesn't have to worry about being compared to any other Clemson coach. You know, why the hell would he leave Clemson? That's just, they're dumb.
I don't think it would matter though, Andre, because if Dabo left to go to Alabama, Clemson would easily get Muschamp.
Yeah, that's true.
Now he's trying to piss me off. I've never wanted to choke somebody from Louisiana before, but you're on that fucking list.
No.
Shit.
Kirby Smart can go to Clemson.
Jesus.
Mike Bobo.
Then Muschamp get the Georgia job.
If I'm telling you guys, if Dabo Swinney leaves to go to Alabama and Clemson hires Kirby Smart, I will not watch college football anymore. I'm not joking. I am done. Absolutely 100% done. I will not. I'll have to go back to doing news on the radio. Dead serious. I will not talk sports anymore. You'd be fine with Muschamp though. No, that's the mix. If they hire Muschamp or Smart, I'm out.
Mike Bobo.
Fucking out. If he goes to Alabama and they hire one of those two, I am OUT. Write it down. Take a picture. Don't give a damn. I'm out.
They're gonna hire Mike Bobo.
Where be over though, man?
What? What'd you say, Andre?
Did you watch college football? How can you be on sports talk radio?
I just said I'd have to do fucking news. I'm gonna go back to news. I used to do news before I did sports. I'll do news. Are you telling me I can't do news? I mean, I did it for like 10 years. I could do news. I've covered governors' races, presidential campaigns. I can do news. It's got to put a damn suit and tie on.
Sorry,
but I can do it. I don't like doing it. But I can do it.
Dan Patrick was on CNN.
It may be true. I don't know, man. Let's just hope that doesn't happen because I think I'm doing okay as a sports guy, and I don't want to do that. Like I can't. That'll be the end of CSF late nights. I won't be doing this shit anymore. I'll leave all the Facebook groups, all of it.
Oh no, we can talk news if you want. I mean,
yeah, but no one's going to want to listen to us talk news. And if I'm being a gross, you won't get my opinion anyway. You won't get exactly the facts, and nobody wants to hear that shit.
I mean, we should do it at 8:00 instead of 10:00 though, because that's what time people go to bed for people that want to watch that shit.
The only one going to bed that early is Edwin, so stop it. That's not right. That's not nice.
Well, that's why Edwin stays up so late is because there's like a 3-hour time difference out in out in California. It's only
fucking 8:00 when we start the show with Edwin.
Yeah, it's like 8:52 there. Edwin's all like, he would normally be watching Law and Order or the Andy Griffith Show.
Chucky Fuckstick says that if LSU cans Ed O, that they're going to hire Muschamp. He would never sniff the sideline at LSU.
Well, he's coached there before.
I know, but he's not coming back. Not ever.
What about Matlock? You think he likes Matlock?
Who, Edwin?
I want to watch Golden Girls.
Oh, Edwin wants him some naked pictures of B. Arthur. That's his thing. Edwin's been Googling that shit. You go check his search history. It's nothing but LSU recruiting notes and naked pictures of B. Arthur.
Oh, that's the image that won't get out of the brain for a while. Jesus Christ.
Hey, man. I'm not.
Thanks for that, dude.
Well, you got anything else for the show this evening?
No, that's it. Roll Tide off a cliff.
Thanks, Andre. Appreciate it.
All right, later.
Edwin, go take your pills. It's night time. Whoever said that, look, let's make sure we understand something. I can pick at Edwin, but no one else is going to pick at Edwin because then I'll just be mean as shit. We're not going to – the only senior citizen abuse will come from me. You can't be kicking an old man when he's down. Only I get to do that.
But it doesn't really matter because even when Edwin's 80, he can still whoop Chucky Birb's fuckstick ass anyways.
Edwin's 84. I mean, we remember his last birthday. He turned a ripe old 84. And yeah, there's that. So
Everyone's probably got like a football stadium named after him and shit. Because
he probably
he's
does.
that fucking old.
He probably listens to us and's like, these idiots. They think that they know stuff about football. They don't know anything about football. I've forgotten more about football than they'll ever learn. I bet everyone said that before in his existence. I know more about coaching than these idiots will ever learn. Or I forgot more. I could see him. Why do we pick at Edwin all the time? I think it's because we know that he can take it and doesn't give a shit. And he's just going to flip us off and go about his merry way.
Well, he does that about 50 times in the show. Just does.
He doesn't give a shit.
None of this stuff matters.
None of this shit
He didn't care
bothers
when they
him.
tore down his
all.
Confederate statue. You think he cares what we got to say on CSF
No,
late nights?
he doesn't give a. I mean, I talk about my warehouse that's empty. Edwin's got a state that's empty.
That dude's never.
Edwin went to California to look for fucks to give. That's why he went there.
He never even owned a warehouse of fucks to give.
Huh?
He's never even owned a warehouse of fucks to give.
Yeah. Well.
Hey, speaking of coaches, Rob, Dave, I think you're a stupid Red Sox. Or no, you're a White Sox fan. So fuck you, Rob. What you think about Braves hiring their new batting consultant or hitting consultant?
Chipper.
I think that's great. I mean, it's nice to have a Hall of Fame player that can hopefully get in there and help you out. I wonder with hitting coaches about, can they get into a guy's head and make things a little silly though? Can you screw some stuff up? But he did help Freddie Freeman a lot. So when Freeman was younger, I do have a brave story that I want to share that made me sick to my stomach. Alex Rodriguez compared himself to Hank Aaron.
No.
What?
Should I read on? That's the headline, ladies and gentlemen, from the New York Post. Alex
heard this shit.
compares himself to Hank Aaron.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look at that. I'm not a guy that likes to fight, but if you come at me and you're going to say that you want to be compared to Hank Aaron, your name better be Willie Mays. Okay? If it's not Willie Mays, then you should just shut the fuck up because you're not Hank Aaron. Okay? There are certainties in life. Death, taxes, and you can't get a fastball past Hank Aaron. Simple as that. I read that headline and it made me so mad I threw my phone. Why am I such an asshole when it comes to Hank Aaron? I don't acknowledge. What's that?
You said you threw your bong?
No, I threw my phone. I don't have a bong.
Oh, okay.
I threw my phone. Like I just threw it. I was so mad. It's like if I don't acknowledge Barry Bonds as the home run champion. It's Hank Aaron and that's it. Barry Bonds is inflated. Fuck him. I don't acknowledge him.
No.
The sad thing about Bonds was he would have made the Hall of Fame had he not roided himself out. He was a Hall of Fame player with the Pirates.
Same with Mark McGwire.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I get mad though when people talk shit about Hank Aaron. I want to throw shit. What's wrong with
Sammy Sosa would not have been a Hall of Famer.
I don't think Sosa's
he ever will be.
No, I know he's never going to be, but I'm saying we're talking about those guys. Sammy Sosa would not have been a Hall of Famer. Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds would have been Hall of Famers. And yes, I just had this conversation.
Barry Bonds without steroids wouldn't have caught Hank Aaron.
No, he wouldn't have. But his career stats before he started the roids, he would have still made the Hall of Fame.
He'd have hit at least 500.
Yeah. Well, you know the story about the great play, or say the great play. The play was where Sid Bream in the 91 series or the 91 NLCS where one-legged Sid Bream made
I almost died.
Yeah, well. Anyway, Francisco Cabrera
in my mom and dad's bed watching the game, and my head hit the ceiling fan.
Liar, you've never been that tall.
And it was Francisco Cabrera.
Yeah, I just said that. But do you know the story about Barry Bonds with that?
Wait, what?
You know the story about Barry Bonds with that, right? So Andy Van Slyke tells the story. I don't know if you got.
Yeah, I remember that fucker.
You've heard the story about that play, right? Andy Van Slyke, generally your center fielder is the captain of the defense. He tells everybody where to shade, etc. So he was trying to get Bonds to move to where they had positioned to where Cabrera normally hit the ball. So they'd done their homework. Okay, the Pirates were a pretty well coached team, and with Leland and everything else. And you could see Van Slyke if you go back and watch the video. He's pointing at Bonds, telling him, go that way, go that way. Bonds looked at him and gave him the finger. And then the next pitch, he's completely out of position. And, one-legged Sid Bream couldn't be thrown out from deep short by Barry Bonds simply because Barry Bonds didn't listen to Andy Van Slyke. So I laugh at that because that's how the Braves went to the World Series in their first year. But that's one of the best baseball stories ever, in my opinion. If he would have listened to Andy Van Slyke, Sid Bream wouldn't be a Braves hero. Simple as that. Because he probably would have had him in a position where he would have definitely been able to make the throw to the plate. But
you see,
Sid Bream's slow as fuck. Huh?
Sid Bream was slow as fuck. But I can't. He's only a co-hero because Francisco Cabrera was as much of a fucking hero in that story.
Yeah, but I mean, Sid Bream scored the run. It's who scored.
That play is the real version of what happened in Major League when Willie Mays ran and what's his face? The catcher. What was the catcher's name?
Tom Berenger played him. I don't know.
Yeah, Tom Berenger, right. Oh, Gimpy running to first base. That's like the closest thing to that story. It still gives me the goosebumps. Both of them. Major League and Sid Bream.
Yeah. You know what? In honor of that, I'm going to play, just because I can bring that up, I'm going to play the
Major League's my favorite sports movie of all time.
No, not Major League. I'm going to play the let's see here. Yeah, this one. This one's the one I want.
Sports movie of all time?
Major League is my favorite sports movie of all time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me share this. Let me share this with you guys so we can share it with the crowd.
So that was 91, right, Rob? 91?
92, I think, is off pin clinching hit. I think it's 92.
I think it was 91.
Here you go. Yeah, Cabrera's walk-off pennant clinching hit here. Let's see if we can just share this with everybody.
Oh, it was 92. Damn.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see your full screen. And watch this. This is a skip carry.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung like that. One run is in. Here comes Bream. Here's the throw to the plate. Braves win.
Shit still makes me happier than fuck. That makes me happy.
It's just like watching Major League, you see?
Makes me
By
happy.
the way, speaking of old Juice, had he actually thrown the ball to home plate instead of 5 feet down the line, Bream would have been out.
I mean, don't piss on my memory, dude. Don't piss on my memory.
Well, I'm just saying, Barry Bonds sucks.
David, do you want to have that conversation on the sports movie before we get out of here? You can do that too.
Favorite sports movie?
You want to talk about that? Yeah, I mean, Jonathan says his is yours is Major League.
I like Major League. It's just not even close to being my favorite sports movie.
I like Major League, but it's not. I mean, is that your number one? Why don't you give me your 1, 2, and 3 there, Jonathan? We'll go around the horn.
Oh, you see, now you put me on the spot.
I can give you my 1, 2, and 3 right now.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, number 1 is Bull Durham. I have a copy of Bull Durham in my bag with my computer stuff, and I take it everywhere with me wherever I go.
I have Major League on the go on my computer.
Number 2 for me is Slapshot, old Paul Newman hockey movie. Absolutely love Slapshot. Have you seen Slapshot with the Hanson brothers and all that?
Yes.
No, everybody's looking at me like I'm stupid. David's like, hockey.
I've seen it.
Nope.
It's Paul Newman, and yeah, it's pretty outstanding. And then if I had to go for a third, generally those two kind of lead the way, but I really like Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino and Jamie Foxx. That's probably number 3. If I had to nail it down, 1, 2, and 3, it would probably be those 3. But it's Bull Durham by a mile, and then Slapshot is right there with it. David, have you got yours?
Oh yeah. Remember the Titans?
That's a good one.
Field of Dreams
That's a good one too.
and Talladega Nights.
Yeah, that's 3 solid ones too. They would be in my top 10. By the way, top 10 as far as series go. I mean, it's not a movie, but Kenny Powers, Eastbound and Down. Start with season 1, work your way up. That's all you need to know. Do we want to let Chucky Fuckstick on the show? Because he wants to come on.
Now, I do have to say, I'm not sure if it's in my top 3, but
I'm going to send
I
Chucky.
didn't get a chance to think about it. But have you ever watched Pool Hall Junkies?
No.
Great movie, great pool. Just check it out.
Okay.
It may be in my top 3 though.
Okay.
Do we want to let Chucky Fuckstick on the show?
I was going to send him the link. If he has something bright to say, then we'll let him come on. But if he's just going to come on and say Alabama and number 1, I'm just going to kick him off.
Man, because we've been doing a good job this show of not talking about those fucking idiots. So I mean,
you know, we can let Fuckstick on for a minute. We still have that serious topic to talk about too, though, don't we? I forgot all about that.
I wasn't going to let you forget, Rob. Don't worry, I'm here for you, buddy. Well,
we have you haven't told your favorite movie is a pool movie? Seriously? I mean, I'm not mocking.
No. My favorite movie is Major League. I said I'm pretty sure Pool Hall Junkies may be in my top 3 to 5.
Okay, well, what's number 2 then? What?
Yeah, you talking to me? What?
No, the other Eminem.
Well, fuck. I mean, Remember the Titans is great. Coach Carter is great. Fucking Rudy is great. I mean, there's so many great fucking sports movies.
Glory Road.
Glory Road's good too.
Marshall.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I sent the link to Chucky Fuckstick. I wanted to, since we're going to talk about that serious topic here in a second, but I wanted to. What? Go ahead.
What's better, Friday Night Lights or Varsity Blues?
Varsity Blues.
I agree. All right, good. Well, we all in agreement there. Bring that fuckstick on.
I don't know if he's let's see if I sent him the link. Let's see if he wants to come on or not.
Now, if we're just your favorite movie of all time, Tombstone.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
I can go with Tombstone.
Give me some fucking
Tombstone if it's on like man. Yeah.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
Say when.
Say when.
I don't know about you fuckers, but like all these people with their John Wayne and blah 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 blah. Give me some Young Guns and give me some fucking Tombstone and fuck all you westerns from there.
All right, so I want to play.
Pretty
I want to
fucking
play
good.
this.
The 310 to Yuma was pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want to play this. I want to play this one clip from Slapshot that might get you guys in the mood for it.
Oh, the Mighty Ducks.
70. So 1977. It's just an outstanding movie. Let me go ahead and share this. All right.
David was born.
The Natural, yes. Bad News Bears. Okay. The original, not the one with Billy Bob Thornton. The one with Billy Bob Thornton's bullshit. So let's make sure we understand that. All right, I'm going to show of
What was his
slash.
name? Walter Matthau. Walter Matthau, right?
Yeah, Walter Matthau. Yeah, really great. All right, so this is from one of my favorite movies from 1977. Paul Newman playing hockey without a helmet. You gotta appreciate that. Check this out. So to set this up, he's getting into the goalie's head by telling the goalie that his wife is a lesbian because she's sleeping with his wife. That's how crazy this movie is. Here, check this out.
Suzanne sucks pussy. Hey, Henry, she's a duck. I know.
Oh man, come on, finish playing. It's great.
He's a lesbian.
Oh, they're just fighting and fighting. And they're fighting because he knows she's a lesbian. Anyway, there you go. I think that movie is just one of the greatest movies ever. Anyway,
By the way,
idiot.
By the way, I've heard y'all talk a little bit about a certain actor in sports movies, and he's been in some good sports movies.
Sure.
Tim Costner's best sports movie was not Bull Durham, and it was not Field of Dreams.
You mean Kevin Costner, not Tim Costner? I don't know who Tim Costner is.
That's what I meant. Yeah, Kevin Costner. Shut up, David.
Hold on, IMDb. Tim Costner. What was Tim Costner in?
No, I meant what? Tin Cup is what I meant.
Tim Cook. Who's Tim Cook?
Tin Cup.
My IMDb is like Tim Cook. Tim Cook was in Debbie Does Dallas 4. Tim Costner was in a remake of The Bachelor. What are you talking about? What kind of movies are you watching?
So, anyways, Tin Cup is a better movie than Bull Durham. Shut up. Bull Durham and Field of Dreams.
You say something stupid like that again, I'm gonna mute you.
And the draft, the draft movie.
I don't know. I didn't watch
whatever. Yeah.
Draft day, whatever. Bull Durham's the best one. Just saying. All right, fuck stick. Don't say anything stupid because my finger is hot. You see this? It's on fire.
I just wanted
to. What do you have to add to the program?
I enjoy y'all's company and I appreciate the show.
Well,
Jonathan, well, you're just Jonathan. David, I respect you. You served our armed forces. I respect the shit out of you. LSU still sucks a donkey dick, but I mean, whatever.
Did you really come on the show at 12 o'clock in the morning to give us hand jobs virtually, or do you have something that you want to add to the show?
I just want to talk about. All right, the number one. Y'all don't give Alabama.
Oh, I told you not to bring him on the motherfucking show. And furthermore, you can't use past tense for David served our country. He still serves our country.
Jonathan, go play with the fucking puppy or your dick or something. Do something.
The puppy's sleeping.
I'm here to talk to adults. I'm on here to talk to adults. So go play with your puppy or go talk to old ass Edwin or something. I don't know. Look here, Rob. You're a Fox Sport.
I don't know shit about fuck.
What?
I want y'all's opinion. Just y'all.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Rob, Jonathan, I don't give two fucks about. The two adults in the room. The two adults here, Rob.
I don't know shit about fuck.
The number one recruiting class.
I don't know shit about fuck.
I mean, Rob, you got to give me a chance, buddy. You got to give me a chance. Come on.
I brought you on the show. You're talking. I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about?
Okay. I don't know shit about fuck and all.
Why don't you hold your dicks for a minute? We'll be done here in a second.
Can I talk, please, sir?
We were letting you talk. I don't know what your problem is. Jonathan hasn't said anything. David hasn't said anything. Nobody's saying anything.
Class.
Huh?
Please
what?
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Talk to you about what?
the number 1 recruiting class.
Alabama got the number 1 recruiting class.
Okay. So, y'all get mad and say, I'll trip me the fuck out. So y'all get mad and say Saban pays and he does and he does.
You're gonna be shitting
Why
me.
y'all so mad at him? Why do y'all get so mad at him? I mean, I
I'm
don't
mad.
understand it. Why are y'all so mad at the man? He's the best. He is the best around. He owns.
I don't know shit about fuck.
So why do y'all want to get mad? Why y'all
Hey,
always
man.
want to get mad at Saban? Why y'all want to get mad at him?
Hold on.
I love Nick Saban. If it
Hold
wasn't
on.
for Nick Saban, LSU
I
would
mean,
have
why
won
y'all
those 3
want
national
to hate on the
championships.
man? He's better than y'all. Why do y'all
He
want
is.
to? Why y'all want
He's
to
better
hate?
than everybody. That's how.
Well, I tell you what.
We're going to win the most national championships ever.
For the people
Yes,
the
exactly.
people that are watching the show right now, and I'm just going to be as honest as I can be here. Okay. I mentioned at the beginning of the show that my StreamYard payment is due in the next couple of days. If you guys want to contribute to that, if we get $5, I will kick Fuckstick off the show. Until we get $5, we're gonna leave him
That's
right
right.
here.
That's an inspiration. Y'all want me off the
There you go.
show? Somebody
If you
send
want-
$5.
If you want Fuckstick off the show, contribute $5 to the
If you
PayPal account.
contribute
Pay
$5
for
to get
StreamYard.
me off the show,
I-
I will
Fuckstick.
match.
I'm an
it.
idiot.
I
Fuckstick,
will
I'll
match
mute
it.
you anyway. I'll mute
I'm
you anyway,
gonna-
Fuckstick.
I was looking for my phone to get on my PayPal, and then I realized I'm streaming to my phone.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. So there you go. Tip the show on PayPal.
If y'all
at-
want Fuckstick off the show, I will match whatever y'all's donation is. I will match it. Until
Somebody
then,
Are
told
you
me
sure about that?
$1,000.
You sure about that?
I will match whatever
You're
anybody
not
puts
gonna
in.
match it. The link's on the bottom there. It's rosanders1979@gmail.com. So I asked for money once a month on the show to pay for the StreamYard. So there you go.
Jonathan, don't forfeit your house payment, buddy.
Oh God.
Wow,
You're
what
gonna
did you say?
insult our show host like that? That's not nice.
What did you say?
He said don't
Don't forfeit your house payment.
don't forfeit your house payment.
No. You said you will match whatever I put.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Well,
There we go.
All right, there it is. Jonathan just lost his house, and I got to match $1,000. So I mean,
That is some high powered smack. You just said you just lost your house. Damn it.
damn, I got to match a house payment because Jonathan forfeited his house payment to get me off the show. I mean, that's some fucked up shit. Just
You
'cause
realize
you're
you
family.
said that right, and it's in a public forum here. And whatever he sends, if you don't send to match it, then we're gonna mock you forever. So
I will take you to the people's court.
I'm not matching shit. I'm trying to buy shares of AMC.
I speaking of which, I've been buying some Dogecoin. Been buying that and some AMC too. So yep, got to put these kids through college because they're going to be picking out my nursing home.
I'm not spending tons of money because I don't trust the market, and I don't
No,
really
but
know which side to believe. But I'm
I'll
going to buy 10, 15
I'll put
shares of AMC.
$200.
No, wait, hold on. Let's not get too deep here.
Jonathan sent. What does it say? Jonathan sent. Jonathan sent $5.
Which
That
is
I
also
will
the
match.
universal
I will
symbol
match the
for
$5.
bye.
I will be happy to match the $5.
Bye.
All right. Well, but you have to do it without being on the show now because I said that I would kick you off once we got a $5 donation. So bye, Fuckstick. It was good to talk about the number one ranked recruiting class. Have a great day.
But we didn't
Thank
get
you,
to
Ron,
talk
for having
about
me
them.
on.
We didn't even get to talk about them.
Well, you're the one who paid to get him kicked off, man. He's
Hey,
gone.
rules are rules, right?
Rules are rules. Now he's frozen. Now I done fucked up. He's frozen. Okay, there he goes. I was about to say, if he just sits here with his dumb face smiling at us, he got the last laugh. Anyway, if you guys want to contribute to the show to help the pay for the StreamYard, that would be great. If not, no pressure. I'll pay for it anyway. But what have you. Appreciate it.
Don't say that.
All right.
That's not gonna fucking help.
I'm just saying. I don't want. I like to
It's like-
have that.
It's like telling your kids, y'all gonna get an allowance if y'all do your chores. But if you don't do
I
your
understand that we're in the
don't
middle
worry,
of
I'm still gonna give you your
folks
money.
don't have their jobs, so there's that. All right, so our final serious topic of the evening before we get out of here, and I said this to you guys earlier.
Final serious.
Yeah, this is kind of serious because this is like a big deal on the college football front. I know we goof off a lot. By the way, shout out to Fuckstick for coming on the show. He does take a lot of grief from all of us. All of us pick at Fuckstick. So.
And he comes back every time.
And he keeps coming back.
Fuckstick does take a lot of shit. He does not get offended.
He does get offended, and he always comes back, but he doesn't know anything about football, but he does come back. So we'll give him.
Here's to you, Fuckstick. Here's to you, buddy.
Here you go. So my whiskey tea here.
We love you, buddy.
Yeah. Look at Edwin Reeves sent $5 to keep the show going. Thank you, Edwin. All right, so a couple of senators decided to put this thing together where they're basically going to take the money from the major sports in the college world, and they're going to have something called the College Athletes Bill of Rights. Andre's calling me an asshole.
No. Wait.
What's he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, so basically what happens is that they're going to set it up where the revenue from these major sports is going to go to the players. They're going to do like a split where players will get some of this money. Now, listen to some of the numbers that are out there. It would mean payments of $173,000 a year to football players, $115,000 to men's basketball players, $19,000 to women's basketball players, and $8,600 to baseball players who are on full scholarship, according to the New York Times. When I look at that, there is absolutely no way in blue hell that any university can afford that. $173,000 for a football player. I mean, there's 75 scholarship players on the team. So we can do the math there. I mean, I'll do the math right now with a calculator because I can't do it in my head. I'm doing it with a calculator right now. So
75 times 175?
No, 173,000 times 75 equals $12.9 million. $12.9 million is what the quote unquote salary would be for each team. Now, that you could, let's just say in a vacuum, you could make that work for football because in theory, there's a lot of money there. The area that I do have a problem with is, and I'm going to sound like I'm a person that doesn't like women's sports, but I'm not talking about the women's sports. I'm talking about money. You're going to give $19,000 to women's basketball players. You've got
Bingo,
12,
but only 8,000 to baseball.
Yes. Now, here's the thing: women's basketball. I'm the perfect example to comment on this because I cover the South Carolina women's Gamecock team. That's the number one team in the country right now. Been one of the best programs in the country for probably the past 5 or 6 seasons. I'll put Dawn Staley up against anybody. She's a hell of a coach. But here's the thing. She's considered to have one of the best financially viable programs in the country. And she talks all the time about how they'll sell out the Colonial Life Arena, which is the home for the Gamecock basketball team. And she's right. They do sell it out, but they sell it out because she does $5 tickets. And she gives tons of tickets away to kids and everything else. Not knocking what Dawn Staley's doing. I'm just saying, if you go to a South Carolina game this weekend and they're playing whoever the hell it is they're playing, you're going to pay $25 for a ticket and you're going to be in the nosebleeds. You could pay $5 and sit 15 rows up for a women's game. So
you cannot.
What?
You cannot tell me for a motherfucking second that women's basketball nationwide sells more tickets than college men's baseball. You cannot.
No, I didn't say that. You're not. Don't
No, I'm not saying you said that.
No,
I just don't get that fucking figure.
right. Well, but that's the thing too. 35 on a baseball roster, but only 11.7 scholarships. They're only going to give it 2 scholarship players, so they got to figure all of that out. But on the women's front, giving them $19,000 a year, that is wow. I just don't know how that's going to work.
That's about
sense to me.
Isn't that what they
why
pay the
are you only giving
WNBA?
the money to the scholarship players? Why aren't you giving it to the walk-ons?
Exactly.
Who need
Because
the fucking
under
money?
their logic, I guess they don't contribute as much. I don't know. I mean, I'm not one of the senators doing this, but I do think that we should redo some things. I think it's pretty shitty that Jadeveon Clowney was, a great player, ended up being picked number 1 overall, one of the best players in South Carolina history, and they still use his likeness. It's painted in like a mural down there on the stadium. One of the first things you see is a 100-foot tall picture of Jadeveon Clowney in his uniform. They still sell a jersey in the student bookstore.
Has Clowney gone and told South Carolina to stop using my likeness?
No, because he doesn't have a leg to stand on. But I'm just saying there should be some oversight into fixing that. The university, I'm sure, has sold millions of those jerseys at $79 a piece.
But
so every kid and his brother could have one.
There should be a way, but not this fucking way. This way,
this way is not going to work. This way is not going to work.
No.
I'm sorry. That soccer athlete, that female soccer athlete, and that female volleyball athlete, it's just as fucking important, and they work their asses off just as much. Fuck that shit.
I'd like to talk about the stand volleyball players because I like those. I like those a lot.
Yes.
They're important.
They're just as fucking important. I mean, no, they work just as hard as
where is Mishi? Normally she's watching the show. Where the hell is she at? I don't know. Normally she comes in and says something, but David, do you think it'll work or not, or do you think we should try to implement something else?
Something else.
Something. But we need to do something. I mean, the example
player stipend, something like that, where they get, $300-400 a week.
Yeah.
They can
they do get a stipend every month. I think it's like $800 a month or something like that.
Yeah, but that's not enough.
I mean, it's really not when you really stop and think about it. But if you go to what?
You're spot on though, but it should be across the board, and it shouldn't matter what university you go to. It should be across the board. You can't say that's not really fair because, and I'll explain to you why. It's cheaper to live in South Carolina and go to college in Columbia than it is to live in Boston and go to Boston College. You'll spend $800 a month in Uber fees just getting around the city.
Plus, I mean, not every university's football team is created the same. The Raging Cajuns couldn't afford what LSU can afford.
Or what? And we talk about the SEC. I mean, the SEC gives the programs money from the SEC network, et cetera, from the contract they signed. The ACC does the same thing. So smaller colleges won't be able to keep up.
All right. All right. So that's cool then. That means let the richer get more rich, and the lower teams go fuck yourself, because that's what you're telling me.
No,
that
what
means
we're telling you is that
if I have a choice between
the money to execute that program,
right?
Northwestern State can't afford $12.9 million a year to pay football players.
Oh yeah, but in this theory, in what we're talking about, the government's going to pay for it.
Well, and no, the government's not going to pay for it. The universities will pay for it. That's not the
Well,
government.
there's a certain percentage of money coming from the government. Reading that article.
Yeah, but I think that's to fund the commission to make sure that it's overseen correctly. That's not as far as going.
By the way, you saw how much money they were going to pay those motherfuckers to oversee.
That's a story for another day. Story for another day. But anyway, I don't know how that's going to work. But here's something else that I would throw into the mix there that no one's really talked about. If I'm going to pay you as a football player $179,000 or whatever that number was a year, do not expect one nickel from me for your tuition, for tutors. We're not going to pay for your food. We're not going to pay for shit. We're going to give you your $175,000 and you need to pay all your fees and shut your mouth. That's the real world. If I'm going to give you 175 grand, your ass can afford to go to college.
And transfer portal should be over and done with.
Done.
Why don't you take the transfer portal away? What am I missing?
Because if I'm paying your salary,
yeah,
would I pay you so that
contracts are only contracts and scholarships are the same way. They're only good for 1 year. Now you can make it set up where you sign a 3-year contract and I'll give you $175,000 a year, and then you can't transfer.
That's right.
That's valid. But if we're going to keep it at 1-year contracts, they can go wherever the hell they want. But yeah, if you're going to give them that much, you should be able to lock them up for 3 years. Why not? I'm buying that, David. But they should not be paying for their education too. And when people are like, oh, well, the education isn't enough, these are the dum-dums that aren't paying student loans. You've never had a student loan if you've ever come out of your mouth, oh, well, they're getting their degree. That should be, stop it. Stop with that nonsense. You haven't paid student loans. Yes, that degree is important. I give you that. But on that front, man, they should be paying for all of their shit if they're going to get that much money.
You know what really bothered me about that article is
What?
the comparison of this quarterback and this offensive lineman that went to the same high school with the same pedigree, and then they both chose to go to the same college. But yet, this quarterback gets the $66,000 a year freaking scholarship, and this offensive lineman has to basically work for scraps. First of all, offensive linemen are some of the most smartest NFL or football players they are. And second of all, what the hell does that have to do with anything? That offensive lineman doesn't have to go follow you to Duke or Stanford. That offensive lineman can go play at South Dakota State, get that scholarship, and be fine. Are we talking about education here, or are we talking about money? There's a question there.
Well,
do you want that kid to get an
It's
education?
also very misleading in that aspect because
An article was such
look at
bullshit.
most recruiting classes. You might bring in a quarterback, maybe two, but offensive linemen, you're trying to recruit 4 or 5 of those guys.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you look at the top 20 players in the NFL as far as getting paid, I venture to say that I'd say at least 7 to 10 of them are offensive linemen.
Yeah.
I'd buy into that because you have to pay for your tackles to pay for your pay to protect your quarterback. So I'm not that far fetched in that.
Oh, no, it's not.
Orlando Pace made bank back when that was considered good money. Willie Rofe made a lot of money. Darren Armstead for the Saints, he's making a lot of money.
If you want to pay Deshaun Watson a shit ton of money and not pay offensive linemen, feel free. See how that works out for you.
Yeah, that's just not going to work. Going into 2020 here, I'm looking at the top 25 players in the NFL. Let's see here.
I agree with that, Andre.
Here. Joey Bosa's at 13. He's a defensive end. Maybe I'm stupid. The first offensive lineman is not damn it. I was way off. Shit.
If you're looking at top 25,
24 is Laramie Tunzel with the Texans. And anybody want to take a guess at what he's getting paid? Laramie Tunzel.
$11 million.
Tunzel, 15 million season.
No, he's getting $22 million a season.
Wasn't Tunsil the one with the gas mask?
Yeah, he's the guy with the gas mask from Old Piss.
Yeah, and they thought that was just going to ruin him.
No, that's the funny thing is, I'm a big Deshaun Watson guy, but the Texans went out and paid top dollar to get somebody to protect his blind side. Now they did trade away Nuke Hopkins, best receiver in the NFL, but yeah, it's like, Deshaun, you just signed this contract. I looked at it today and I thought he signed the contract years ago. Now we signed that contract in September of 2020. He hasn't even gotten 6 months into that $160 million contract or whatever the hell it is. And I want guys to be happy, but on the other end, it's like, Houston really didn't do you that wrong. I mean, let's be honest. They went out and got somebody to protect you. They did trade away Hopkins, but that's part of, stupidity. They got rid of Dave O'Brien. They're getting somebody else. I've caught shit from Clemson fans for this, but I don't think he should just shut up. But I think he should realize if this was bothering you, you shouldn't have signed that contract in September. I mean, seriously, you could have finished out your year and said, I'm out. And nobody would say a word to you. You could have finished out your rookie year and been done. So now Deshaun Watson's looking at something where he's going to have to he's going to have to hold out. If he goes back, he looks like he's nutless. He looks like a eunuch. If you don't know what a eunuch is, Google it.
Yeah, we've discussed that.
That's what he looks like, but it's like, fuck, Anyway, what you got there, John? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm saying we've got the unit thing. I think we've brought it up, or you brought it up 2 or 3 times in shows. But hey, Watson, that contract you signed isn't making you a highly valuable person to most teams, since they can't afford that motherfucking contract you just signed. Right,
but Watson's. I mean, that's fine, but Watson has put it out there that he would restructure a deal. And to be honest with you, he's 25, so it was kind of a stupid deal for Houston to do anyway, because they should have went for a 6-year contract with a 25-year-old, because then he's more likely to stay with you. But a 4-year deal, he can still leave there at 29, and he's going to have plenty more years left in the NFL. And I mean, in my opinion, unless he gets injured, I mean, and that's something you face all the time. But whoever gave him that contract was stupid too. But I would kind of side with Houston on this. Nah, dude, you just signed with us 5 months ago.
Yeah, but do you really? But when someone's that ornery, do you?
Yeah, I know going in, he could be like, hey, this sucks.
I'm gonna half-ass
here, and
I'm gonna half-ass this whole season.
But I think Deshaun is wrong for what he's doing, and I've caught grief for that. I think he's wrong for what he's doing. I think when you sign a contract like that, you should honor it.
My only thing is, you have an office full of NFL executives, correct?
Yeah.
And their job is to hire coaches and evaluate talent, correct?
Yes.
When did
that's what
Deshaun Watson's contract that he gets to help evaluate incoming coaches?
That's valid too. And the other end of it is that there's going to be a set of people that are talking about, and he was upset that they didn't hire a person of color. And I don't like talking politics on here, but that's one of the main reasons, is that he wanted to be in on that. And I don't think that works. But anyway, I'm going to go let my dog, you guys talk for a second. We're back.
It sounds like Watson is trying to pull a LeBron James where he gets to hand select everybody on the staff. But this ain't basketball. This isn't a league where the players have all the power.
No. Or one player can make such a fucking difference.
Right.
I'm not sure about it, David. Maybe you do. If you're traded, once you're traded, if you restructure that deal, I already owe $160 million, and I get traded. That means you restructure that deal. There's dead salary cap money.
Depends on how the deals were structured.
Right. But I mean, that's still well, Rob just said, well, he said he would restructure, but that doesn't mean that's great for a team. We know what restructuring does as Saints fans.
I mean, generally you're just kicking the ball down the road, but
right.
There are still ways that you can get around that stuff. Like there's a way that Drew Brees can help the Saints with the salary cap by waiting until a particular date to retire.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay him his roster bonus or any of that stuff. So it just depends.
We're gonna have that conversation another day.
Someone give David Congliti. Who is David Congliti? I don't even know who that is. A big fuck you for me. Okay, congratulations on that. I don't know.
Hey, David Congliti. Fuck you. A big fuck you.
Who said that? Who's that?
Oh,
who is that?
That's Bill Barrow. That's a bitch.
That is your trivia champion.
Why would a team want to give up so much after he signed a contract and less than a year later wants to leave? Look, I'm not going to. The reason that you would do that is because Deshaun Watson he completes 70% of his passes, and according to Pro Football Focus, he attempts the longest passes as overall in the NFL. He's an absolutely great quarterback. So on the field, there's nothing wrong with him, and he's been a winner everywhere he's went. So there's that too. I mean, I think that Deshaun Watson, the player, I don't have a problem with. I just think he's being kind of silly now. Are you making a bomb? Fuck are you doing?
Filling my my tank.
Oh, you're filling your penis.
Yes.
He's trained. He's trained by our government.
Oh my God, I thought he was doing some special forces bomb shit. But no, I mean, Deshaun Watson, the player, I don't have a problem with. I think
he was putting something in his penis.
That's exactly what he was doing. This show's gone to shit.
Now he's smoking his penis.
The show's going to shit. Anyway,
there are people watching who have no idea what we're talking about, and I love it.
That's right. That's why you have to tune in every week if you want to get these references.
There's shitty references that come out of here,
and I'm not going to explain it to anybody.
Yeah, go look back to the last show that David was on with us. Go Google that. It's in the or go look for that in the group here.
YouTube
doing some sketchy shit. It's weird not having Nishi here. Normally she does something stupid and we laugh at her.
Yeah. Sometimes it's cool to just talk about sports.
Oh, it is cool, and I'm not mocking that. So, like, the whole thing, and Fuckstick wasn't going to talk about sports. He was just going to talk about
I saw that one
knees from running around.
The Army pays me to do sketchy shit.
Somebody at the Birmingham newspaper source Sun basically put out yesterday that this Alabama recruiting class is the greatest recruiting class since 1817. So people like Fuckstick are like, exactly, that's it. I mean, they have like 67 5-star athletes coming in this recruiting class. So Fuckstick needed to call and tell us about it. And luckily I paid $5 that we didn't have to hear it.
I don't know where we're going from there.
But all that is a reporter that has a job at a paper, and there's an elephant that straddles his desk, and as he's typing out his article, he's one finger in the keyboard, and he's stroking the elephant dick with the other one. It's
Yeah, he's got elephant cum cookies that like fall out of his hair every day.
Greatest recruiting class of all time. I mean, they don't just rebuild; they fucking reload.
That's right.
One other thing that you can say this to Alabama fans as a Clemson fan. Yeah, you've got all these great classes. So why is it that Clemson beat you in 2 national championship games when they didn't have the recruiting classes that you have? Tell us what the problem is. Is it coaching? Is it? I
No,
don't know.
no, it can't be
Beat you
coached.
straight up
It
on the
can't be
field.
coached. No, it can't be coached.
You got Nick Saban,
They
right?
have Nick Saban.
Yeah, you got Nick Saban, right? We matched up with LSU. They kicked our ass. Last 2 times we matched up with Alabama, though, it's in the national championship game. We beat the shit out of them. How's that? Put up what? Deshaun Watson put up like 500 yards of total offense against that vaunted Alabama defense. I mean, just vaunted. Just everybody. Oh my God, there are so many players here. Just and all of them are going to play on Sunday. Every single one of them. The first 15 picks should be this Alabama defense. Yes, I know there's only 11 players, but the 4 backups, they're fucking All-Americans. They would start for every other team in the world. And then what happened? Clemson went in there and throat fucked you. It was like a bad Bukkake movie. That's what happened to you the last time that Clemson played you. With a quarterback that's going to have like pearl. What is it? What's the commercial? What's the shampoo? Like, I don't know. Name your favorite shampoo. That's what a quarterback that's going to have endorsements doing that.
Oh,
That's
I think it's going to be Calgon.
Yeah,
Probably
whatever.
Calgon.
Calgon, whatever. You want to mock him, that's fine. LSU fans can do that because y'all made him look human. Alabama didn't, though.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Alabama asked fucking freshman.
Talking about the
Alabama
Alabama.
freshman. Let's talk about that for just a second. Trevor Lawrence went out there, okay, and basically 8 months after his senior prom, okay, he was at his senior prom 8 months beforehand, and he went out there and drug nuts on your fucking team. And now you're going to sit here and you're going to run your dick suckers about, oh, we have the #1 ranked recruiting class in the country. As a Clemson fan, I'm not fucking impressed. I'm not.
Well,
I
Alabama.
do feel sorry for T-Law, though, because he's been a winner everywhere he's gone, and now he's going to the Jets.
No, he's going to the Jaguars. Jaguars are the #1 pick. Jaguars are the #1 pick, so that's where he should go. Brett Favre, we should have drafted.
Right. The Jets beat the Rams, and then they beat somebody else.
But
they can't even lose correctly. They can't even lose when they're supposed to.
Right?
Isn't whatchamacallit, Myers at Jacksonville, right?
Yes.
Don't be surprised if Phil goes first.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. But I mean, if he does, then that's fine. He's got to get the quarterback that he wants. I think Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback in the draft.
Agreed. But don't be surprised if Fields goes first. And it's going to be another shitty move by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, they don't know anything about Hut, man. The Jaguars management, they're on the same level of football knowledge as the Alabama fans. They just don't win anything.
Well,
they're what Alabama would be if they were losers. If Alabama, they'd be Jacksonville Jaguars fans.
That was my next favorite thing I saw today, because they made I think Matt Jones was named like Mr. Congeniality of the Senior Bowl or something, and like that, like basically he's like the next Joe Namath, Brett Favre, fucking Peyton Manning or something because of what the Senior Bowl people said. So we're all wrong about Matt Jones. He's gonna be. I mean, they should put him in the Hall of Fame now. I think.
I just love that. Someone asked about what was Deshaun Watson's numbers against Alabama. Let's see here. College football sports reference.com. I'm pulling that up now. Let's see here. Career game logs against Alabama. He threw for 405 yards through the air, 73 yards on the ground, 478 yards with 4 touchdowns. And that is in 2015. In 2016, against the mighty Alabama Crimson Tide, he threw for 420 yards and ran for what? Make sure I've got it right here. Yeah, and ran for 43 more yards, so 460 yards. So he got what, 800 460 plus 470. That's 930 yards in 2 games against Alabama. But I mean, you got to remember, Alabama has the world's best defense. I guess that's just a fluke, right? Just saying.
And then what did T-Law do?
Oh, Trevor Lawrence was even better. But I'm not one of these dumb fans that's going to sit here and say it was all Trevor Lawrence in that game, because he had a great game. Let's make sure that we put that out there. But that game was won because Christian Wilkins and Cleveland Farrell basically raped Tua Tagovailoa at midfield about 4 different times. That was a lot of what happened there as the Clemson defense dominated.
Man, the same thing happened to Tua Tagovailoa last year when they played LSU. But when that dude gets raped, he doesn't play that well.
Tua fumbled to the air. Nobody was around.
He felt somebody coming from 5 yards away.
Yeah. Let's see. In that game against Alabama in the 2018 national championship game, Trevor Lawrence threw for 347 yards, ran for 27 yards, so 374 yards. That's what Trevor Lawrence did as a freshman. That's what he did to the wonderful Alabama defense. So as a Clemson fan, if you told me which team would I fear, I'd rather not mess with LSU and Joe Burrow than any Alabama team, because Clemson moves the ball on them. It's not even remotely close.
You see what happened here, Chucky? Fuckstick, is we're cool. We're talking about sports, college sports. I mean, traditionally, because that's, we're college sports fanatics. But when you come on and you start your bullshit, we're going to call you out because we don't give a fuck. And then we make you look silly. And
he said that he would give $5 to come back on, but he hasn't sent the $5 to match yours yet. So his credibility's shot with me.
Yeah, right? Fuck him.
That's funny. But no, that's I'm not. Alabama's a great program, but to sit here and think that we're all supposed to be scared of Alabama because they have the number 1 recruiting class, I'm not scared. We're still going to line up in the fucking fall.
The greatest recruiting class is the Revolutionary War.
Jesus Christ. Does anybody really believe that? I'm not buying that.
They do. They all listen to Paul Feinbaum too.
Yeah. Paul Feinbaum's show is a fucking shit show. You should be listening to my show on Fox Sports Radio 1400. You can find it on the iHeartRadio app every day from 3 to 4. So if you don't want to listen to Paul Feinbaum, I had a Georgia fan today call in because I was mocking them about Kirby Smart hiring Will Muschamp. Well, and this guy, I swear to you, the call was absolutely great. This idiot said, I wonder if I can pull it up. Hold on. I want to play it for you because I've got it right here in it's in the podcast. It's absolutely the dumbest shit I've ever heard. So let me see if I can pull up the actual call here. It'll take me just a second, but this is worth your time, ladies and gentlemen.
You want to know the difference between Alabama and Georgia? Alabama's hiring NFL head coaches to be on their support staff, and Georgia is hiring Will Muschamp.
Exactly. All right, I'm finding this clip here because it's actually really funny. Let me see if I can pull it up.
That's hilarious. I know you do. I just had to run that play, but I couldn't believe it. When I heard that, I thought, quick attention. Get coming up to it, about how does it make you look? Muschamp smile. And he answered in a way that we'll definitely talk about that. They're kind of a heckle and jekyll. I mean, hey, got you, Rob. It's young man, gunner stop. About time of Georgia, we're in its first year on the staff. We will win a national title.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Listen to this. Listen to this bullshit. This made me laugh really hard. Here we go.
Hold on, buddy. Yeah, that's good. Hold on.
All right, hold on. What the hell?
All right, there we go. I think I fixed it. All right, go ahead. What you got, man?
Okay, sorry about that.
That's right.
Listen, Will Muschamp is a coach. He's not a magician, so he's not going to win at South Carolina. I mean, let's go over the list of coaches who did. It's fairly slim. I want to welcome Will Muschamp home to the University of Georgia, where in his first year on the staff, we will win a national title and beat the dog piss out of Clemson and South Carolina.
Sure.
And shut you guys up for good. You guys have a good day.
All right. Well, thank you for
Those are Georgia fans calling my show. Haven't won shit since 1980. They're calling my show.
He's a coach, not a magician, and that's why he couldn't win in South Carolina. But what's the excuse for him not winning at Florida?
Yeah, that I brought that up later in the show. Why didn't you win at Florida? I mean, you want to talk about
a
that?
magician to win at Florida.
Is that Fuckstick's cousin from Georgia? No, that guy called my show today and was trying. Here's the best part. I love it when guys call the show. Look, Chucky Fuckstick said $20 to that pays for the StreamYard. Should we let him come out for a minute? Let him come back on for a minute.
Chucky.
Yeah.
No,
all right.
I know where you're going with that, though, Rob. Don't you love when someone like they have that drop the mic moment? They call you and say,
they have my show, and then they'll hang up because they don't want to have a conversation with me.
The rebuttal. I'm just gonna say this real quick and hang up on you.
That's what I'm gonna do to Rob from now on. Every day I'm gonna call, have my mic drop moment, and I'm just gonna hang up and I'm gonna say the most ridiculous thing I can think of.
You get what I'm saying though? And it's literally like, and see, like I don't know what's coming.
Now I need to.
I don't know he's gonna do that. I don't know what's coming. I don't know he's gonna do that. But anyway, it's pretty funny. Since Fuckstick made a nice donation to the show, Fuckstick, you can use the same link that I sent you before, and we'll allow you to come back on for a few minutes since you basically paid for our StreamYard for the month. So there you go.
Rob, if I send you another $20, do we not have to put Fuckstick on?
Yeah, that works. I'm a capitalist.
That's 2 shares of AMC.
That's well, and it's funny because the agreement is that in reality, that's actually funny because once we get past, I think it's $28 is what it costs for the StreamYard every month. Anything after that, I split with Jonathan and David here. So in theory, you would be paying yourself.
I'd be paying myself to not have to listen to Fuckstick.
You'd be paying yourself so a third of the $20. So you get $7 back.
I think it's worth it.
So it only costs you $13.
I am authorizing Rob to take all proceeds from the show and invest it in AMC.
Well, then I got I'm in Dogecoin. Anyway, all right, let's see if Fuckstick's gonna have something valid to say here.
No. All right, look here. All right, Rob. This is
here we go.
Just to you. Just me and you, one-on-one here, buddy.
Who?
Are you there, Rob?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What you got?
All right. The Clemson series is tied at 2. If in the Saban era, I should say. Okay.
I don't know shit about
what?
The Clemson Alabama series is tied at 2 in the Saban era. Am I correct? Yes or no?
I believe so. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you talked all that stuff about Alabama and y'all scold. You know what is? And I don't want to.
Well, slow down for a second. Slow down for just a second. We need to go to the jury over here on the right. Was anything that I said about Clemson and Alabama wrong? Did I put out a?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, then why are you talking about this?
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just.
Why are you talking about this? Why? I've already spit out facts, and why are you talking about this?
Listen to me just a second.
I'm listening. Okay.
Jonathan, shut the fuck up. Anyways, so
I didn't say anything to you.
I don't know. I don't
stay on topic, dude.
I look at Jonathan. I just don't like the motherfucker. But anyways. So, anyways,
you shouldn't like me. Good.
You talking? I just don't like you. So
good.
Anyways, I'm talking to Rob
because you don't understand English.
Shut the fuck up, Jonathan. I don't like you. Shut up. David's an LSU fan, and I like him more than I do you. I
Well,
tried
good.
talking to Rob.
Fucking highlight
So-
of my life.
Rob, we beat the fuck out of LSU too many times. You're the only one I need to have a conversation with.
Stay on topic.
All right, so listen here. Okay, the series is tied at 2. Am I not correct? Yes or no?
Jesus Christ, we went over this 5 fucking minutes ago,
shut the
dude.
fuck up. Listen to me. Yes. Okay.
Oh,
So
slow down.
y'all skull fucked the shit out of us. Yes, you did. 44-16.
Yep. Absolutely. You're right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely
This is nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You had it. You had the opportunity against Ohio State. Ohio State.
Oh, so wait a minute. You're an Ohio State fan now. Is that what you are?
No, I'm just saying. Y'all talk all that shit about Alabama. Well, y'all want to prove your point against Alabama.
Shut up. You've been talking too much. Shut up. Listen to me for a moment.
Go ahead.
You've been talking too much now. Now you can let me finish here. Okay. Why didn't you take the opportunity to get your revenge last year by beating LSU? You say you beat them all the time. Why couldn't you beat them last year? Why couldn't you do that then? I don't understand. It's the same logic, right?
It's the same logic, yes.
Well, we did cheat.
Yeah. Cool. Mm-hmm. All right. Very good. Okay. This is enlightening, isn't it, David?
It is.
This is very enlightening. Listen to me. Y'all listen to me. I've got a point behind
Dude,
this.
dude, we've been listening. We've been listening. What are you talking about? None of us have said a word. I've been sitting there saying okay and yes, and Jonathan's sitting there, and
okay.
David's over there smoking his penis.
Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds.
I've given you time, dude. Talk.
Give me 30 seconds. Okay. So we are tied at 2. The Clemson. Okay. So
yeah, good point.
Y'all did not do it. So there it is.
There it is, Rob.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That's my point. That's my point. Y'all could not get the job done against Ohio State, so we had to skull fuck them for you.
Right.
So
y'all should be best. Y'all should be best friends, basically, because they went and took care of business for y'all.
I hope you get the clap, Jonathan. I really do. I hope you get the clap. I hope you mount some Louisiana whore and get the clap. That comment. You really can go to hell for that. No, what you said doesn't make any sense. The reality is very simple. You had an opportunity last year if you wanted to play Clemson. I don't know what happened. LSU was a better team, even though you talk about
y'all had the opportunity also.
Nobody. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Talk to me, Rob. Talk to me, buddy.
I've already talked to you and explained to you. That doesn't make any sense, dude.
Yes, it does, Rob. Yes, it does. I'm telling you, it makes sense.
It makes sense in the land of the people that think that they've had the best recruiting class since the Revolutionary War.
No, we had a great recruiting class. I don't give a fuck about whatever the hell these Billy, whatever the fuck their name is, dude. I'm just saying, we had a great recruiting class. Okay, yes, we did. We had a fucking great recruiting class. Now, the fact of the matter is, y'all talk all this garbage about Alabama, but y'all can't beat us. And Clemson had the opportunity.
No. The last time Clemson played Alabama, they beat them by 4 touchdowns.
Yes, they did.
I will not let you sit there and say y'all can't beat Alabama. I will not let you do that.
You did beat Alabama. Yes, you did.
Then stop saying y'all can't beat Alabama. The last time that we played Alabama,
I'm not arguing that.
Don't come to me Don't come at me with y'all can't beat Alabama.
I'm not
We
arguing that.
throat
I'm not
fuck
arguing with you, Rob. I'm
Then
not
don't say that in my presence.
You know what the
I'm
problem
not
is?
arguing that with you, Rob.
You know what the problem is with these Alabama fans? And listen to me closely, fuck's sake. All you Alabama fans out there think that everybody needs to bow down to y'all asses
Yes,
and
you do.
show y'all all this motherfucking goddamn respect. Like y'all are God's gift to fucking, I don't know, everything. and when we don't, because we don't give a fuck, we have to
But
listen
you do
to
give a
that
fuck.
shit.
That's the problem. You do give a fuck.
No,
You
I
do
really
give a fuck,
no,
John.
no,
That's the point.
no,
You
I
give a
really,
fuck.
I really don't. Like we could just,
No.
I can sit there. I can sit there and talk to
Man,
Rob.
we don't aspire to be Alabama. The goal is very simple, and I'll explain it to you because I know it's really hard for some folks. It's very simple. At Clemson, it works out this way. You win the state first, win the conference second, win the ACC championship game, and then you win the national championship.
Yes,
Doesn't matter.
that's absolutely agreeable. That is,
So
I agree with you.
Alabama is not our standard. Let's just make sure that you understand that. Alabama's not our standard. We don't want to be drunk-ass redneck motherfuckers with strobe lights all over the place and a coach that's 5'3".
All right, let's just say, all right, Rob, for argument's sake, let's just say for argument's sake, y'all joined the SEC. Okay, let's just for argument's sake. Okay, y'all are an ACC team. Okay,
sure. Okay.
Okay, just for argument's sake. So let's just say Clemson, LSU went to the ACC, and
yeah, all of that would make sense.
what could y'all do what y'all did against us in a regular season? If y'all were the LSU, y'all were put into the SEC or vice versa. Either way, vice versa.
Are you implying that Clemson couldn't compete in the SEC with the team that beat your team by 4 touchdowns?
Wait.
Is that what you're implying?
No, y'all did. Y'all did.
Okay, so the
Yes, y'all did. But I don't think y'all could do it every single year.
There's two big things. There's 2 big things here. First of all,
let's unpack that last statement. You don't think that Clemson can do it every year.
Exactly, David.
But they will do it more often than any other team in the SEC West.
That is true. Yes, sir.
All right. Now, first of all, now you're taking away LSU from the conference.
I'm just saying.
Second of all, the SEC is not the Big 12 who has West Virginia playing in it. If you know geography, Clemson would be in the East. They would not be in the West.
Okay, so let's go back. All right, Jonathan, hold on just for a second. And I am going to quote what Rob said on one of his shows. Okay, it's not the state of the conference, it's the team that you play. Now, Rob did say that. So I'm saying what my point is, if you put Clemson as a team, anywhere in the SEC, East or West, I'm just saying, could Clemson be a caliber SEC team? Compete. Let's just say we'll go against LSU.
Right now, they would win the East every year.
SEC caliber team. Could
I don't know much, but I think Clemson would win. As David said, they'd win the SEC East every single year.
I agree with that. Okay, I will take you.
Okay. Then don't come at me with this other shit with the West. If Clemson plays Alabama's schedule, which is your team, that means that they're replacing Alabama in the schedule. They have to get up for what, 1 game a year with LSU?
So
that's all they have to get up for is 1?
Could y'all compete against us in the West, Rob? Could y'all compete against us in the SEC West?
Did you just hear what I said?
Okay, go for it.
Your place in the West, which means we would replace you in the West. The only game we'd have to get up for every year is the LSU game. And I think we'd be competitive. I'm not saying we'd win every damn game, but I think we'd be competitive.
You think you would be competitive in the SEC West?
Last year. Chucky Fuckstick, you played 2 top 25 teams last year. Teams that finished ranked in top 25. I don't think Clemson's intimidated by that.
Okay.
I really don't.
Could Clemson and we'll throw LSU in the mix. Okay, all right, y'all beat the fuck out of us. Y'all beat the y'all almost y'all competed against LSU.
Chucky,
They
what's the
skull
point?
fucked y'all.
Okay,
But
we know that.
anyways,
Get to the point, Chucky.
Could Clemson compete in the SEC West? Could they do
just said yes.
Rob, I'm not Rob. Fuck's sake. Have you been? Did you listen to the show, or did you just join the last 5 minutes, or what?
No, I'm saying that Alabama.
We already discussed this shit.
Alabama. Nick Saban's team. Let's just say.
Get it dick out your mouth so we can understand you.
Nick Saban's team is the SEC West. That is it. And I'm saying right now, you put Clemson, you put Coach Ogeron, or whoever. Y'all cannot compete against Alabama every single year. You cannot do it. You just can't do it. There's just no way.
I think Clemson would.
There's just no way.
David Penn wants to fucking
I would normally, you know what? I'm just going to shut up and let David do his thing. David,
all right, talk to me, David.
Please educate this mug, and I'm going to mute you so you don't yell at him, Chucky Fuckstick. Let him talk.
Okay,
go ahead.
I'm not going to say what. Talk to me, David.
You don't have a choice because I'm muting the mic.
Let's take your hypothetical. We pull Clemson. We put Clemson in the SEC West. We move a team like Ole Miss out. All right, so now Clemson has taken Ole Miss's spot. Geographically, Clemson is not competing with Alabama for recruits. They aren't. And they're pulling in top 5 recruiting classes every year under Dabo. Dabo is a hell of a coach, regardless of what you think about the ACC. Yes, if Clemson and Alabama were both in the SEC West, Clemson would compete with Alabama every year. Would they beat them every year? No, but they would compete with them every year.
Rob's not here to unmute you, so you don't need to talk right now, buddy.
You're still muted, Chucky. You're still muted because Rob left. So
no,
what I'm saying is, let's say a 10-year span. I think it's not unrealistic to think that
5-5
win 3-5, 3-6 of those games over a 10-year span.
I mean, Auburn already does it.
And Auburn isn't as good as Alabama.
Right.
I mean, as Clemson.
We know LSU's had a bad run, but I mean, come on.
You can
Right,
unmute
well, I don't even have to comment because I'm sure that David and Jonathan handled that. But my end of it, Clemson would compete in the SEC West, and I think that
it's not going to
in
happen.
2016 and 2018, I think they win the division.
The series is tied at 2, Rob, between us.
But under that logic, though,
but
you're saying that Clemson doesn't stand a chance, even though they've beaten you twice.
David made a good point. David made a very good point.
Shut up.
What the fuck do you have to say?
Fuckstick. What do you mean by being competitive?
All right, we need to have an intervention.
What do you mean by being competitive? Right. Because if 2-2 is not the definition of competitive, then I don't know what the fuck competitive is.
I mean, can I talk?
If you're going to explain to me what competitive means.
Okay. All right. You take Clemson. Okay, we're tied. All right. Clemson is hung up on that 44-16. Okay.
Sounds pretty competitive.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's great. But I am saying what my point is, if we would have saw them, if we would have saw them, let's just say they beat Ohio State. Let's just say they did. We would have skull fucked them.
But that's this year. That's 1 year.
Okay. But I'm saying in a regular competitive.
Do you smoke in the bathroom so your mom doesn't smell it?
No, because I live in an apartment. But that's beside the point. All right, so look here. Look, listen to me. Just listen to me here.
Jesus Christ. Did no one listen to you when you were a kid? You just say listen to me like 800 times in a row.
Y'all talk a bunch of shit though. I'm
I haven't
trying to
said
tell you
anything.
something.
Oh,
I'm trying to tell you
actually,
something.
you're right. You have said a lot, but basically have said nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, well, Fuckstick, get your last comment in, buddy.
All right, I'm going to say one more thing, and I'm going to let y'all go. If Clemson
Exactly.
just don't see them competing with Bama. I just don't see it.
I mean, this is all enlightening.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Well, I mean, y'all have y'all's opinions. I have mine. I'm
Sure.
just
Right.
saying. And
The difference between your opinion and our opinion is you don't have any ability to be unbiased.
Objective.
I'm just saying what it's just.
Hold on. That's not fair. It's not fair, David. That's an unfair statement. Chucky, you know what objective means.
Yes.
Can't hit him with words if he doesn't know what they mean. It's not fair, David.
If you were to put Clemson in the SEC West, just like
Sure.
LSU.
All right. We've been over that. There you go. All right.
As I said, over a 10-year span, Clemson would win 3 to 6 of those matchups.
I don't see it. I just don't see it.
That's because
Of course you wouldn't, because
you're a
you
biased
can't.
Alabama fan.
I'm not
As I
biased.
said,
We have
Clemson does not compete with you geographically for recruits, and they pull in solid recruiting classes every year.
But look who is the number one recruiting class.
It doesn't
just
matter.
about every
They have
single
beaten
year.
you with
You
less
weren't number one last year.
than the number one.
Number one 3 years ago. You know who was number one last year? You want to talk recruiting and actually like you know something? Number one last year was Georgia. How'd that work out for them? Number one 3 years ago was Georgia. How'd that work out for them? Okay? So don't give me that shit. It's all about can you finish in the top five? You finish in the top 5, top 6.
I mean, if those recruiting classes had Jesus / Nick Saban, Georgia would have won 2 national titles.
I'm not gonna get into how smart.
I've talked enough shit. I contributed. Thank you for having me on the show, Rob.
Thank you for coming on the show. I tell you what, man, make sure you listen back to the show, man, because you said a lot of bright stuff. All right.
All right, I appreciate you, Rob. Thank you, buddy.
All right, thanks a lot, buddy. Have a good night.
All right, fuck stick.
I'm going to hell for that.
The show back. That will also be very enlightening.
Well,
did you ever watch that shit? It's really funny. When you go back and watch it again, I have that on in the background when I'm prepping for the show. I'll watch some of this show tomorrow, just because I critique whatever it is that we do or whatever. I watch back when Fuckstick comes on, and it's really fucking funny.
I typically the following day during work, I watch the show while I do some work.
I usually don't rewatch the show, but I go back and I reread all the comments.
I don't reread all the comments, but I do rewatch the show because I only when not there because that's just funny. All right, so we've had a good show, gentlemen. Next week we'll be back at it again. Thanks to Andre for calling the show, to Jed Reeves, and to Edwin, and to Fuckstick for coming on the show and just giving us such great, wonderful knowledge that I can just rest well tonight. I mean, under his logic, Clemson's a piece of shit program that wouldn't compete at all. I mean,
I think George Washington was Alabama's best recruit.
No, George Washington was he was the running back. I think that that's someone else that was
maybe Paul Revere at safety.
Paul Revere was probably at safety. John Adams was probably the coach for the team. So I mean, Thomas Jefferson probably played wide out, but you never know. All right, well, I've had fun, gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends about the show. Follow us on YouTube at College Sports Fanatics. And we will see you next Wednesday.
Good night.